In 1960s Britain, a quiet storm of injustice was brewing. It wasn't always as loud or violent as in other parts of the world, but it was real. In Bristol, a bustling port city, this injustice had a name: the color bar. The Bristol Bus Boycott of 1963 was a pivotal moment in British civil rights history, sparked by the refusal of the Bristol Omnibus Company to employ Black or Asian bus drivers. The company, supported by the Transport and General Workers Union, had an unofficial color bar in place, discriminating against ethnic minorities. This exclusionary practice reflected the broader racial tensions and systemic racism prevalent in post-war Britain, especially with the influx of Commonwealth immigrants. Despite their legal right to work, these immigrants faced significant barriers in employment and housing, and Bristol was no exception. The color bar wasn't just about jobs, it was a symbol of a deeper prejudice. Black people faced discrimination in housing, pubs, and various aspects of daily life. The Bristol Omnibus Company's refusal to hire them as drivers was a very public example of this unfair treatment. The bus company only employed Black workers in maintenance jobs. Furthermore, the passenger group of the Transport and General Workers Union passed a resolution in January 1955 that Black workers should not be employed on the buses as drivers or conductors. By the early 1960s, no Black or Asian man or woman had ever been hired to work on buses in Bristol, despite their efforts to apply for open positions. This injustice did not go unnoticed. Among the city's Black community, a spirit of resistance was growing. They deserved the same opportunities as anyone else. This wasn't just about driving buses, it was about basic human dignity. This sense of injustice would soon boil over, leading to a pivotal moment in British civil rights history: the Bristol Bus Boycott. In 1961, the Bristol Evening Post exposed the racist policy in a series of articles about the Bristol Omnibus Company, reporting that the bus company refused to hire qualified, non-white workers, despite a shortage of drivers and conductors. It was revealed that the company had many open positions due to a high turnover rate, caused partly by low wages and long hours. Drivers and conductors depended on these positions remaining vacant. This allowed them to work overtime, putting in the 100-plus hour weeks they needed to make just above the average weekly wage in Bristol. In response to the Bristol Evening Post articles, the regional secretary of the Transport and General Workers Union again denied the existence of a color bar. He said his staff would not work with colored labor in the depots, except as maintenance workers. According to him, Bristol's Black workers were not qualified for the frontline jobs of drivers and conductors. He also believed it was unsuitable for white female bus conductors to work with Black male drivers. The local council even supported the policy. The Black community in Bristol decided to take a stand. They found inspiration from an unexpected source: the American Civil Rights Movement. News of Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, and the subsequent bus boycott had traveled across the Atlantic. The Montgomery bus boycott, a powerful act of nonviolent resistance, resonated deeply with the people of Bristol. They saw parallels between their own struggle and the fight for equality in America. Paul Stephenson, a young social worker, and Roy Hackett, a youth leader, emerged as key figures in Bristol's burgeoning civil rights movement. Inspired by Martin Luther King Jr.'s message of peaceful protest, they believed that similar tactics could be effective in challenging the color bar in their own city. Stephenson and Hackett saw the bus boycott as a way to hit the Bristol Omnibus Company where it hurt their profits. They knew that a united stand could bring about real change. With determination and a shared sense of purpose, they began to rally the Black community in Bristol. For 4 months, the boycott saw strong participation from both Black and white residents of Bristol, highlighting the injustice and demanding change. Media coverage and public support grew, putting pressure on local authorities and the bus company. The Bristol Omnibus Company, confident that the boycott would fizzle out, initially refused to budge. They underestimated the resolve of the boycotters. The boycott was more than just a refusal to ride the buses. It was a powerful symbol of resistance. It disrupted the daily lives of many, forcing people to confront the reality of racial discrimination. The boycott was a nonviolent protest, but it sent a strong message. We will no longer tolerate this discrimination. The boycott successfully concluded in August 1963 when the Bristol Omnibus Company finally lifted the color bar, allowing people of all ethnic backgrounds to apply for jobs. This victory marked a significant step in the struggle against racial discrimination in the UK and contributed to the passage of the Race Relations Act 1965, which made racial discrimination in public places illegal. The Bristol Bus Boycott stands as a crucial event in Britain's civil rights history, demonstrating the power of collective action in challenging systemic racism. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.